What's up, y'all? I had a dream that I found $30. It was three $10 bills, right? And um, they were old though. They weren't. They were American dollar bills, but they were very old. They were like from the 50s or like 40s. I don't know. They were like the older version of the bill, and it was and I felt like I was in a older time period, but I don't remember too much. But God was telling me that He's bringing certain people about my channel to like a new, to an untouched place, to a place that is remote, that hasn't really been touched. Because when I went to this place, it was almost like it was like new land that was barely, touched because that money was old. And to find old money like that, it means it was like it was just like a old, it just was like a place that kind of um, hasn't been not discovered, but um, you know, walked upon, or anything done with the place, the land, or whatever. So that's what I got from it. It also reminded me of that verse in the Bible where Jesus says, if somebody finds like a precious, like I think it's like a pearl, or they find something in the land that's worth great value, they dig it up and then they buy the land. So it's kind of like it was similar to that. Basically, what that means is you know the value. You know the value. You're not buying the land for the land, but what's in the land. That's a pretty deep revelation. It's not just for the land, although the land is good to have, but it's what's in the land that has the great value. And to me, it always ties to Jesus. Jesus is the greatest value of anything we can have. And when we bury something, our intention should be to be wise, and to make sure that we buy the land, and that we are smart with investments as well, like just money in general. And that's another thing. Like I saw, like money, you can invest it, you can use it. In my dream, I was trying to get more value out of this money by selling the money because it was older. So like there's collectors out there who buy things that are old and vintage that cost more than the actual value. This actually reminds me of something that happened to me. I found a old $20 bill, and somebody was willing to give me 35 for it. So the value almost doubled just because of its age. And that could also mean for your age, as older you are, usually the wiser you are. And so you have value in that way of being wise. And respect is very important, I think, like to men, but also to women. But men, obviously, they definitely value respect. It's important to be a respectable person, in your life and in your community. And that's something that obviously it takes time to learn. I'm still learning things. I'm still on the journey. It's not like everything's happens all the time perfectly, but it's part of that journey. So yeah, so I tried to sell the money to get more value, to it was almost like an investment. I could have just taken that $30 that was old money and spent it, but what I did was I tried to I tried to get more money out of it. I tried to be smart and wise to invest and do something that's kind of out of the box by having knowledge of actually knowing that the old money is actually worth more just because of its age. So it's also a knowledge thing. It's an understanding. It's like, you know, Jesus said, my, or the Bible, in the Bible it says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, and that could be in different aspects. I think that, you know, if it came down to life or death, you know, you have more money, it's good to have more money, right? Like, um, not that God can't provide for you otherwise, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes to investing and learning money, it's pretty important. Um, I think, you know, like, I think that the Bible talks about money, and of course, the love of money is the root of all evil, but it's important to be wise, you know, with our money. And this is for me, this is for somebody else as well. It's kind of like a multi word, I think. Um, it's kind of interesting. There's maybe the dream could also talk about things from the past. Um, when it comes to your memories or your experiences in the past that are untouched, you know, like 10 years ago or 30 years ago, if you look at the number of the money, I'm not 30, but if you look at the past and things that are untouched, certain, the Lord said, certain like traumas or things that you haven't, that you kind of dug away, um, you know, from your past, the trauma is just so you don't experience that 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 relief of like going through it again. That the trauma, just to heal from it. That's what the Lord wants to do for us too. And I realized, like God's shown me, is like if you go in the past and you get your traumas dealt with, that's an investment for your future. That's an investment. I see 7:17 on the clock. That's an investment for your future because you don't hold these traumas into the next relationship or the next opportunity, right? Um, so let the Lord take those things from your past and bring it to the surface so you can heal from it. That was another revelation that God just showed me. God, when God does revelations, it's so cool because they have like a lot. Sometimes they have sometimes they have multiple meanings, um, and that seems to be it. I think. If y'all have any other revelations, or if any of y'all interpret dreams, maybe you could tell me what your interpretation could be. Um, as of right now, I think that's all that I could think of, or that the Lord's showing me. So, yeah, that's it. 8:20 on the clock. I saw that a lot. Also 8:18. Don't know why, but I have been seeing those a lot. And yeah, that's it. God bless y'all, and peace out. Peace.